All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Oh, I turned this down. Whoop. Is that good? You turn that way a little bit. Are we good? I think this is fine. If you'd like the lights to be brighter, let me know. Welcome. My name is Ty. I use any and all pronouns. I usually stream on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, but technically today is my sister's birthday, but we celebrated it yesterday. My family came to town and we did a little manicure and pedicure. Rayan got some really intricate ones. It was pretty cool. I got these ones are metallic like ornaments, and then these I called them the Spider-Man ones and not the lesbian ones. They're like a moody Christmas theme because it's Christmas. Yeah. But since I did not stream yesterday, I fell asleep as soon as I got home. It was like 6:30 or 7, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. So I thought I would do one today. I had an interview at a new place, and they seemed pretty okay. They asked me if I had any health issues that would impede me from working, and I said no, like a liar. And they went, really, no ADHD or anxiety? And I went, crazy that that's your first go-to. And also, I think illegal. I'm gonna say no. Those things don't get in my way. But their hours work better for my schedule, and I would love to not work for someone who shortens my hours because I was sick and needed to go home early for a few days. Could be cool, could be groovy. That's my life update. Today we are playing TOUCHSTARVED. We played a little bit of the beginning of the demo. I think last time? Yeah, that feels right. Time feels so weird right now. I've been having a lot of issues, but it's okay. We power through, we do our best, and we play some video games about it. And you know me, I love any game that lets me voice act. Do I have my volume on? Oh yeah, when you start this game, they say that if you're a streamer, you should probably whoa, turn off the music. And then I remembered that last time I put on some royalty-free spooky music, so we're going to do that again now. Royalty free spooky. Oh, I think I got it on YouTube actually. But I'll play it here. Where will I? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll play it here. You're gonna come up on this screen, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Come this way. Come this way. Thank you. Let's go to YouTube. Just YouTube. Bear with me. Oh, it's taking a while to load. Hope you all are having a good time, a good beginning of your December. We're right at the middle of it now. Royalty free Spooky music. How long are you? That feels fine. There's a fire there. Maybe that's not fine. What about you? Okay. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. But I think that's fine. There's dogs in towns. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over to me, and my stomach gives a faint gurgle. To update everyone on what's happening, we're like a traveler who's coming here for a... Hello? Why? We're a traveler who's coming here to find a cure for our hands that make people into the Joker, it seems. Because we touched someone on the way here, because the world got covered in this fog that makes people and animals into monsters. Or summoned these monsters? I forget. And they're really scary, and they come with the fog, and the fog overtook our caravan, and I almost died, but then I passed out, and my arm was off, and then I woke up, and there was this hot French doctor. We don't know that he's French. I gave him a French accent. Who let us out his back door, said that this was free, I think, and that gave me some money and some good clothes. Told me to be on my way, so I think I might come back and kiss him later. I don't know. This morning's catch, fried up, hot and fresh. Not too many eyeballs today. Fog mutated catches are always a gamble, but beggars can't be choosers. I duck under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish leers up at me, its 3 bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives me a gap-toothed grin. What's the cheapest thing you got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long, lads. 3 copper apiece. Don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. 2 streets. It's gorgeous here. Certainly. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway, adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Aha! Sheer red and pink curtains flutter open in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. This must be Iridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. It features the silhouette of a smiling man, wearing a single dagger-like earring and the words, "The Adderstone," printed above his head. If Leander is the leader of the Adderstone, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. So true, bestie? I follow the line of identical posters around the corner and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, the faded orange letters read, "The Wet Wick." Who's coming tomorrow? Oh, one of our drivers is coming tomorrow to bring us potatoes. The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. Oh! Oh, I love these bottle designs. It's not even midday yet the wick is packed. A loose collection of Iridians crowd the bar, taking up the tables and gathering in the spaces between. They speak amongst each other in hushed voices, their faces drawn and grave. Seeing so many bodies packed into such a small, dim space is disconcerting. All the more reason to find Leander quickly. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring, and I'm considering searching the bar when a loud voice carries across the room. Now, I'm no prior curator. I'm not much for... Now, I'm no prior curator. I'm not much for paperwork or pencil pushing. And honestly, I don't even think those robes come in my size. I crane my neck, but the crowd is too dense for me to see the speaker. Gather round, I want to show y'all something. There's no time to move out of the way. The audience surges towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. I'm caught and swept along with them. Hey! The clatter of falling chairs and tables being shoved aside drowns out my complaints. I thrash and throw out my elbows as heavy bodies press into mine. My hip knocks into the table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd has stilled. A pair of gilded boots strides across the tabletop. Have I chosen the right voice for this? If you want nothing but guidelines and practical policies and need this bureaucracy, you know where to go. I drag my eyes upward. Hey, the dagger. Oh! He looks kind of like the guy from Anastasia. A man towers on the table in front of me, arms spread as he addresses his rapt audience. But I'm not gonna wait for word from on high. His impassioned words provoke nods and excited whispers, but nothing is as captivating as his brilliant smile. He beams at the crowd in front of him, a performer on his makeshift stage. And unlike those clerics, I don't need the abbess's approval to cast a spell or two. As he raises his hands above the audience, the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. It seems I found Leander. These are our streets. We make our own luck here. He snaps, and a flash of pale green light erupts from his hand. Ooh! Ooh! With a flick of his wrist, Leander conjures a ribbon of glittering light. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals unfurl. Leander raises the flowers with a flourish, and the bar bursts into clapping and cheers. A magic demonstration. I can speak. I know how to speak words. I'm great at it. I'm normal with it. I'm a voice actor. I do it professionally sometimes. Does it take multiple takes sometimes? Sure. That's what editing's for. I can just not let them know that it took a billion tries. But here on the stream, you watch all of my mistakes. In rapture and awe, I assume. A magic demonstration was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wick. Leander plucks the shimmering flowers out of the air and turns in a slow circle. Now who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table, but Leander's cool green eyes slide right over them and lock onto me instead. Fuck, you know. I know what this looks like, and that's okay. And it's fine. And maybe sometime I'll get them to dress like this guy. And it'll be great. I think it'd be fun to dress Natalie up in my style. Which is basically what this is. How about you? My chest grows tight. Suddenly I'm in the spotlight. Yeah, okay. Okay. Suddenly I'm in the spotlight. Alright. I reach out and take the flowers from him, all too aware of my trembling figure. Not me, bitch! Not me! I deserve those flowers! This is one of many examples of me not being the character. It could not be me. I will take them gratefully, giggling and all. For me, obviously. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stem. Ooh. And he said they're good luck. Why wouldn't I take good luck? As soon as the lilies leave Leander's hand, they dim and they fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, something happened. Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression. Right? He grins at me and I find myself smiling back. Oh, I like his belt! Oh, he really does sort of just dress like me, huh? Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd of the clink. Alright, show's over. Back to work, everyone. The audience disperses, and Leander heads towards the bar. Now's my chance. I start after him, only to find myself face to face with one of his followers. Where do you think you're going? I need to talk to Leander. You and half of Lowtown. Leander's busy right now. Out of stone business. Come back tonight. After the moment we shared, surely Leander can spare a word. I don't think... Hey, as a performer, I don't think that that was about you so much as it was about the fact that you were new. And not looking as excited as other people, but still engaged. But the follower crosses her arms unmoved. I glance over her shoulder, hoping to catch a glimpse of Leander. As though sensing my gaze, he looks up, and for a moment our eyes lock. Then Leander turns away to murmur something to a group gathered around him. The follower moves to block my view. You hear me? I'm not looking for trouble. This doctor, Curus, said I should find Leander? That's... She's interrupted by a hand resting on her shoulder. Oh, for real? Oh, for real? Karas sent you. She said you could help me. Leander nods at the woman, and she steps aside wordlessly. Follow me. He leads me to the crowded bar. There's so little room that his broad shoulder presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Sorry about that. The Adderstone watch out. The Adderstone watch out for one another, but they can be a bit overprotective at times. Lesson learned. Leander flashes me a broad grin. You're new to Iridia, aren't you? He says with a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. My eyes drop to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, but being this close makes eye contact difficult. Oh, I'm just so bashful. Say more! Maybe I'll blush and giggle. I don't know. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What'll it be? Surprise me and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I'll have what he's having. Whatever. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbow on the counter. His sleeves rise up, revealing a long, raised scar. I catch myself following its winding path across his forearm. I'm normal. Leander's eyes wander over me in return. When they lock on my bandaged hands, a bitter taste rises to my throat. Here comes the questions. Is there any chance Cross sent you here for cheap drinks or barely edible appetizers? No. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, sighing when it immediately falls back into place. Ask the doctor for you. Always business. I'm not sure he even knows how to relax. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses. I raise mine and give it an experimental sniff. It smells faintly yeasty, like beer, but with an undercurrent I can't quite place. Oh, yuck! Ew! A quick sip confirms my worst suspicions. It's awful! Ew! Brownie and sour with a distinct hint of pickle flavoring! Yucky! Beside me, Leander takes a big swig from his glass. So how can I help you? I need to get into the cenobium. As soon as the word cenobium leaves my mouth, the group standing nearby falls silent. From the wary looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some taboo, and perhaps maybe should have taken this man to a private location. Had to be the cenobium. Leander pushes away from the counter. Let's continue this conversation outside. Sorry! I got a text from Natalie. I got really excited and then I forgot I was on stream. Oh, I'm down bad and it's okay. And we're normal? I can be normal. I'm great at being normal. When I'm with them, I'm incredibly normal. We're best friends. If I was non-functional around my best friend, that would be crazy. And when they're not around, I can let my guard down. It's fine. We're normal. We can be normal in this space together and date some twink. Let's continue this conversation outside. Yes, I agree. And if this were me, if I had the option, I would have been smart about this. But it's not me. I don't get to choose how smart I am about saying these things. I want his jacket. I want his outfit. I rise to follow him. Okie dokie. Leander leads me into an alleyway tucked behind the wet wick. Layers upon layers of frayed and faded Adderstone posters plaster the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his printed likeness is impressive, if abstract. Grass didn't send you here to ask for a personal escort to Cenobium, did he? From his tone, he already knows the answer. No, he suggested that I reconsider. And here you are, asking about a god anyway. He looks at me expectantly. I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my monstrous capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Are you aware it is particular currency? Information's worth its weight in gold here. Oh yeah. How much care for outdated traditions, so I'll be completely honest. The Cenobium won't help you. They're more likely to torture you than lend a hand. But the Cenobium is supposed to be a place of learning. A sanctuary. The Cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge. A shining beacon of hope in a faded world. This sounds like propaganda. If any place held answers, it would be the Cenobium. That's why I came here. Leander nods patiently. You're not the first person to fall for their propaganda. I grew up idolizing the Cenobium. I wanted nothing more than to join their ranks, to learn magic from the best, to make a real difference. I was young, blinded by the legends and the legacy. I was so damn naive. He shakes his head. All it took was one trip here, to Lowtown, to show me the truth. Unless you've got a heavy purse or high-born blood, the Cenobium doesn't give a damn. They'll never open their gates for the ones who need help the most. Then it's all a lie? Things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. Leander watches me as though weighing something in his mind. That doesn't mean you're hopeless. Far from it. I founded the Outer Stone to help people like you. We settle disputes. Slave heralds sold us. Hell, we've even been known to patch a leaky roof or two. Whatever troubles you, we can help. Free of charge. I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. I appreciate the offer, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin, Leander doesn't look remotely surprised. I don't want the hiccups. Then you're looking for help with something serious. Something not even Curious could crack. It must be a truly remarkable problem if you came all the way to Iridia searching for help. Tell me, how can I help you? Leander may not work for the Cenobium, but he is a mage. A powerful one if his demonstration earlier is any indication. Indecision gnaws at me. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternative. Girl, yeah. I hate to admit it, but this might be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a strained whisper. And cursed. He looks me up and down, taking in my face, my eyes, finally my hands. Doesn't this kind of look like there's... And I'm being so normal, and I'm great, and I'm having a great time with everything going on right now. Is that why I bandage your hands? My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I've even finished, Leander pulls his left glove off. He flexes his fingers and grins. Alright, let's see it. As he offers me his hand, a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm, but I'm already shrinking backwards. Bro! I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I won't allow myself to hurt him, to see his kind face unrecognizably warped. I don't want to hurt you. I'll be fine, trust me. I've seen enough curses and hexes to last me 2 lifetimes, but I'm still standing. Okay. You really think Karas would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. I'm twice as good as any Cenobium mage. If anyone can help you, it's me. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. I look from Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. I don't get a choice, but I'm glad it is the right one. Then I begin to unwind the bandages from my hand. You lose control. Don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if that makes you feel better. His attempt at levity does little to comfort me. Each each joint I expose, I grow increasingly certain that this is a terrible idea. But if he's bothered by how my hand looks, he doesn't show it. Alright, deep breath. On my count. My fingers hover shakily over Leander's palm. 3, 2, 1. Touch him. I tap his palm once as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but that's all it ever takes. Heart racing, my R's dart to his face, but Leander only smiles gently. Yeah? See? Say? It can't be. When I reach for his palm again, Leander catches my wrist before I can pull back. I told you there's really nothing to worry about. He trails off when my thumb grazes the soft skin of his inner wrist. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain clear, soft green. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of his palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't anticipating. It's not as though I've never been touched before. My curse only extends to my hands, and desperation spurs creativity. But all that pales in comparison to this. I've never experienced such intimacy. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves along his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the bones in his wrist. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine hammers as fear gives way to excitement. We can do it. We can keep touching him. It's fine, right? It's fine. Nothing bad. Nothing bad will happen. Keep touching him. My hand glides over Leander's wrist and up his arm where smooth skin abruptly gives way to a raised scar. It matches the one that runs from his collar to his cheekbone. Could it be the same wound? When I glance at Leander's face, his lips part as he considers his words. I'm the first person you've been able to touch like this. My hand goes still on his arm. So far, then, is it everything alright? When I nod, Leander turns my hand in his to inspect the gleaming fissures crisscrossing my knuckles. And also the fact that they, I was going to, I'm autistic. We're talking about Natalie again. I'm autistic, so whenever I go to a close friend's party, I will go, great, give me the entire guest list, and keep me updated on who's coming. And the ratio of stranger to person I specifically know. And for friends who I don't know well enough to do that, I usually just won't go to their parties. Because usually I only know one person there, and I don't want to have to hold on to that person that whole night. Especially Natalie's girlfriend invited me to her party, and I was like, the only person I know is your partner, and I'm not going to hold on to your partner for the whole night. Especially when we're not even dating yet. And Natalie is a very forgetful person. They have ADHD. It's fine. I love them. It just means there's a lot of stories I get to retell a little bit differently because they forgot. And I was going to tomorrow text them to be like, hey, remember when I asked you for a full guest list of who's all coming to your Christmas thing? Can I please have an update? And of their own accord, they updated me. That's romance. They don't even know, but that's romance. I'm not picking my ear. I'm adjusting my piercing. Sometimes it presses, if it like turns at a certain angle, it presses against this and it's not pleasant. When I nod, Leander turns my hand in his to inspect the gleaming fissures crisscrossing my knuckles. Oh right, my hands do look like that. There's no revulsion in his face, no fear. He looks up at me and grins. It's not every day I meet someone as enticing as gold. Oh! He winks and lets me go. Okay? I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. I've really forgotten my manners. May I ask your name? I'm Hinox. Hinox? This curse of yours is unlike anything I've ever seen before. I can tell you're careful, but it's best you kept this between us. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause. Room and board wasn't something I'd yet considered. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. Okay. Ooh, that one's got fire on it. The wick is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of Leander's followers have dispersed, or in a few cases, fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all asleep at all? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeeper, slides a key onto the counter. The usual room. Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained. Oh, he's blushing. Hello, you do this often? No, not today. This is just for my friend, Hinox. I mean, we can't. I'm not saying no. You're kind of my type. I like people who look like me. And I like people who look like you, but a little different. So you're just a mix of the two, you know? Right. Stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Have fun? Leander clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a... Girl, it's fine. How much do I owe you? Nothing. My treat, since you shared your secret. Food, drink, a warm bed, anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small, but heavy in my palm. I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. The thought of an entire room to myself seemed unbelievably luxurious. Thank you. It is twice as dangerous as it is wondrous. Be careful out there. If you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. You know what? Maybe I will. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into the pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. Leander gives me a friendly wave before returning to the bar. Can I join him? Do I have to go to bed? Okay. Dust glitters in the sparse rays of light illuminating the room. The furniture is tired, the walls cracked, and a large lumpy bed serves as the centerpiece. I can't remember the last time I slept in a bed, and I never imagined I'd sleep in one tonight. When I collapse onto the bed, the springs let out a shrill squeak. Squeak? Finally, I can allow myself to rest. My eyes fall shut before long. Okay. I wake to pale sunlight filtering through the narrow windows. Despite the clamor of the tavern below, the precious hours of rest have restored my strength and gifted me a flicker of cautious optimism. If I play my cards right, today could be the day I get closer to finding a cure. I quickly head out of the wet wick. The air clings, sodden and heavy with the lingering scent of rain. Without the afternoon crowd, the district looks barren and bleak. In the middle of the street, a pair of crows quibble over stale bread dust. I pause, watching them while considering my next move. I mean, like, find Leander, right? Hello? Karas and Leander both made it clear that the cenobium can't be trusted. But I came so far and endured too much to give up now. Girl, I think we could give up. I need to see the cenobium for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. Surely someone at the bar can point me in the right direction. Really? I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. A cloud, I think, until the puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. Hello? Hello? The shadow trickles down the street in rivulets. Formless, dark, spreads like ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch. A muzzle splits open to reveal long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep I feel it in my chest. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm going to die, I want to look what got me in the eye first. I steel myself, then turn. Hello? The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came, and I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone save for a figure reclining in the shade of a nearby shop. Probably them. Yeah. A monster. That much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for a human if it weren't for the tufted ears. The tail curled around his ankle. His dusk pink eyes with pupils that sharpened like needles when they fall upon me. We lock gazes and the monster uncrosses his long legs. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood where it curls about his collar and throat. Jumpy, aren't you? Jumpy, aren't you? His tone is so light and carefree that I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger props his chin on his knuckle and regards me with an inscrutable grin. Did you see that shadow just now? It was massive. It moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I must sound. But the stranger's smile doesn't falter. Only based I've seen of the Wick's drooling regulars. Though this did catch my eye. With a flick of his wrist, my in-room key dangles from his finger. It turns on a chain, glittering when it catches the light. I thought that would continue us forward. But this outfit is cute and I would also wear it. Oh my god, the little leg garters. The chains. My hands fly to my cloak pockets and sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on the edge, throbbing with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers on the edges of my vision. I always seem to said that's mine. He smiles wide enough to reveal sharp fangs. I saw you drop it. You really should be more careful. City like this, somebody might take advantage. Bald-faced lie said without a hint of irony. I approached the monster, careful to keep an arm's length away. He doesn't look dangerous, but the most deadly ones never do. The stranger's chain softly clinks with a tilt of his head. His ears flick, keeping your distance until I know what you're capable of. You think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here? He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands, but I'm not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? He's got me there. The sheer fabric of his sleeve alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. And then there's the shop behind him. No matter the city, carpet and curtains only ever mean one thing. So they look like a vagina for a reason. I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyways. Luckily for you, I don't charge. The man runs the tip of his tongue over a thing, and for the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I feel something other than dread. My face grows hot. I didn't mean to assume. I'm flattered, really. Did you think you could pay to pet my ears? I just need my key back. Ask nicely and I might later let you tug my tail. Just throw it here, so some spindly little street urchin can snatch it and run. He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it dangle back and forth. Suppose I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming it in the wick with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. I'm not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this dreary little pig pen, I wonder? He listlessly watches the arc of my key swinging around in his fingers. The weather's shit, the food's dreck, there's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flick towards me. They gleam brightly with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. By now my embarrassment has worn away, leaving simmering impatience in its place. If this is a shakedown, it's the most frustrating one I've ever endured. Let's play along. How'd you know that I spent all my money, starved, and nearly died in a swamp just so I could crawl into bed with the first thirsty monster I met? That earns me a burst of breathy laughter. It gazes at me under dark lashes. Aren't you funny? Could you be any more obvious? I have been told subtleties are not my strength. So, your place or mine? If only I had my key, I might be able to invite you up. His languid gaze glides from me to the key in his hand and back. Take my hand, we'll go together. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. And something tells me that this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack me or bite. I won't bite hard unless you beg me. I think this guy kind of just wants to fuck. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendo. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we're having a conversation. Not a standoff. I feel like dancing. There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their luge is just utterly exquisite. Truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreadful place, if you know where to look. You sound like you know the city well. The monster's gaze flicks from me to the key hanging from his finger. Naturally. This dump was little more than a miserable little smear on the map when I first arrived. High town, low town. I know Ridgey like the back of my hand. Oops. Well, that's good to know that I can go back. What about the Snobium? Do you know where that is? His smile vanishes. Why you gotta keep fumbling people by bringing up the Cenobium? Everyone talking to us since we've gotten here says that we shouldn't go there. And I feel like we should listen to the locals. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like in what world? Leander, I think is his name. Leander's right there, offering his aid. And yet here you are, fumbling every bag you can fucking find. I'm trying to get a gummy out of my gummy bag. They all melted together. And it was really hard getting this open. I just got my nails done with my sister. Oh, this is a talking game. Surely you've seen it. That absurdly large tower looming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. Kind of what I figured too. I mean, a place with that kind of name is gonna be grandiose. That's the type of reputation everyone's saying it has. You know? Like, I understand what I'm getting into when I come here. I'm told the place is the Cenobium. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, I'm with you. The Cenobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy old bores in their lifted tower couldn't even dream of. What do you say? How about the two of us have a little adventure? I've already got plans. What the hell? You don't even give me a choice? You just fumble the bags left and right, dog. Left and right. Oh, have some pressing matters at the Cenobium. Lunch date with librarians. Tea time with the most esteemed abbess. That's my business. What's it matter to you? Jesus Christ. I square my shoulders and the amusement bleeds out of it. What's wrong with you, dude? You're lost. The stranger, finally bored of his own tedious game, extends his hand towards me. key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no other move, I reach for the key. But as soon as my finger grazes smooth brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Oh, hey! Hello? He yanks me down and I stagger, my shoes slipping on the steps. For a second moment, I fear the bandages will unravel under his touch, but he's careful not to disturb them even as he grips my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of blood. And that fucking doctor. His voice, once silken, lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil. Something else. He murmurs against my throat. Nose grazing my jaw. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. Jesus Christ. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes at me. Let go! Freak! Just when I fear he'll bite, his grip loosens and his eyes widen in awe. It seems I underestimated you. You're... Vere! The stranger's ears flatten and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arms back, massaging my bandages. He twists around to see a woman duck out from the curtain behind him. From the look of her pressed white uniform, she's almost certainly a cleric of the Snowfield. I leave you for all of what? 10 minutes, and you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? The stranger, very maybe I'll make him Italian. He rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric a withering smile. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar. He grins at me and his tail swishes coyly. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Barry cuts in. I was gracious enough to offer my dear friend some free advice. Although his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger is drawn to you like a moth to flame. It will always find you. Give it time. The woman clucks her tongue as though she's heard this recital 102 times. Word to the wise, don't take free advice from lazy foxes lounging on the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. She shrugs off a wilting look from Vera. Oh, please. Any friend of yours knows it's true. Now hold still. Vera rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. Suddenly it dawns on me that the jingling I heard wasn't coming from his harness, but a heavy iron chain around a hitching post and padlock on the back of his collar, and that's what I figured. The woman produces a crowded key ring from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting one and slotting it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend is tagging along on a merry little soulless hunt. They're hunting inside the city. That soulless in the wastes did seem ravenous. I'd rather not run into another one like it. No, thank you. The cleric regards me with a polite, if tight smile before marching down the stairs. Vere lingers. He stretches his arms over his head with a yawn. I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Your little secret is safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed. Barry hops off the stoop and bounds after the woman. His tail sways merrily, as though he hadn't just lied and threatened me. Did you try that thing I mentioned? Eventually. That's the one where you take 3 fingers and actually, don't tell me. Knowing you, it's probably disgusting. Verre's airy laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realize I'm still missing something. Wait! Reflexively, I shove my hands in my pockets and find it. The room key. I ease the key from my pocket, smoothing my thumb over its jagged teeth as I try to recall a touch, a tell, or any hint of very sleight of hand, but I can't figure out how he did it. All I know for certain is that Synovium saw fit to leash him, a fate I could share if that's what his vague warning meant. I let my eyes drift skyward, past the lanterns, gently swaying in the breeze to the Synovium faintly visible through the haze. Just one glimpse is all I need. Then I can put this behind me. Girl, I think you're good. I think with everything we've seen, we don't need to go to Synovium. I'm a disaster. That stain is worse on camera than it is in real life. It's just water. This time, the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. Okie dokie. It's easy enough to follow the winding streets, climbing uphill towards the distant tower. Hours later, legs aching, sweat beading on my forehead, I finally find what I'm searching for. The Synovium of the Luminous Void. That sounds like some church shit. It stands at the highest point of Iridia, surrounded by cold white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, ignoring the massive tower in their midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up until the top of the Synovium spire disappears into the clouds overhead. I frown up at the gates, wondering what secrets wait on the other side. Despite their delicate beauty, there must be more to them than meets the eye. Knocking seemed like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way of making my presence known. I'm halfway up the steps when something moves in my peripheral vision. A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. They reach out and tug on a vine as if testing its strength. Oi, you there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as I spotted it, and a gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up and steps towards me. Ugh, another tourist. Get out of here once you're done gawking. A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words, and he turns without even waiting for a response. I look back at where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing. Just the leaves blowing gently in the cool breeze. I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. Girl, why? Hello? A whisper coats the back of my ear, hot and syrupy. I jerk away but find no one beside me. Instead, halfway down the staircase, I spot a girl peering up at me. She's barefoot, draped in several layers of warm moth-eaten clothing. Peculiar metal jewelry hangs across her face and jingles with each slight movement. Her eyes are her most striking feature. They shine a scorching, unnatural crimson. Feels like staring into the sun, and yet I'm strangely captivated by her. I don't think it's that strange. She's like a sun, which is weird in normal circumstances. She tilts her head, the tinkling of metal riding the wind. Do you need help? No, I'm okay, thank you. I'm unsure how to respond. The air is charged with mysterious energy, as if each of my words is worth its weight in gold. But after the experience I've just had, I'm not too keen on trusting strangers. No, I don't. The giggle she makes is a chiming, fluttering sound. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. She dips into a polite curtsy. My name's Iris. I was like you once. Hopeless. Alone. The ones in the tower won't help you with your pain. I might be able to, though. I try not to dwell on the fact that I'm recognizably desperate. Instead, I focus on her vague offering as I descend the steps. Why am I descending the steps? Who said I should do that? I did. I didn't tell myself to descend the steps. I would never do that. I said I don't trust this girl, and yet you're making me go down and talk to her? Hello? You're gonna look at me? You're gonna tell me I'm wrong? She had a crown and she came down in a bubble, dude. I don't want to talk to this girl. I really don't want to talk to this girl. I really don't want to talk to this girl. I wish you didn't have to talk to this girl. It's okay. It's super okay. Nothing's ever been more okay than this right here. It's fine. This isn't a horror game, it's a dating sim. Things definitely can't be both. There's no boy down here. I can put my feet in this. Sometimes I think there's no boy down here and I try and put my foot in his bed and then I accidentally kick his little head. You don't know what I'm looking for. You need what everyone needs in this world. A miracle. Iris turns and my thoughts abruptly scatter. Pitted skin snakes down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? Whatever disease she had consumed her from the inside out. How was she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive, and yet I don't want to look at her anymore. I only get a glimpse of where she faces me once more, and this time looking a bit bashful. I know it's not pretty, but that's not what matters. The sea spring can cure anything. It can cure you, too. Her shining eyes flick to my bandaged hands, then up again. So quick I nearly miss it. I stand there, wordless. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. She extends a hand out to me, her delicate fingers outstretched. I can take you there, if you'd like. You can decide on your own when you see it. Her hand is frail, marred with tiny wounds. It's the epitome of vulnerability. The complete opposite of the Sylvia's mocking, impenetrable gaze. And if I say no, it's your choice. The truth is, I don't have much of a choice. Not right now, at least. I wonder if Iris knows that somehow. I could find the thief. I could look for the thief trying to break into the Cenobium, and we could break into the Cenobium together. We could figure out what's going on in the Cenobium, and maybe bring the knowledge to the people, because knowledge is power, and these people know that, and that's why they're keeping all of the knowledge for themselves. And if we just disseminated that knowledge to the people, then maybe we wouldn't have as many problems. You ever think of that? If there's any hope of finding a cure, I need to follow every lead, including seeing this sea spring for myself. I don't want to go. What if I don't go? What if I say no? What if I say no thank you? What if I'm really tired and sleepy? What if that, huh? What if I'm a big baby who wants to go take a little nappy nap? Let's get to the sea spring, then we'll save, and then I'll go take a nap. I cautiously slide my hand into hers. Her skin is ice cold through my bandages. We descend from the higher streets, abandoning their gilded decadence as we cross the river. The wet, derelict districts hold more familiarity for me. However, Iris leads me farther still, until I'm met with an all too familiar sight. My gut lurches when I face the open horizon. Hello? Where are you taking me? The sea spring is straight ahead. Iridia's outskirts are hardly recognizable in daylight, but venturing beyond city walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. I shake my head and I pull away from Iris. Nah, girl. You can't fucking play me. I'm not leaving the city. She circles in front of me with a placating gesture. Don't be scared. I promise you it's all right. You're as safe inside the city as outside of it. And this stretch before you is the safest of all. She casts a wistful gaze out over the waste as if admiring something beyond the vista. The religion belongs to Ice. Some call him a gang leader, but he's much more than that. It's difficult to string my thoughts together. Only a fool would leave the city, but primal instinct tells me that Iris isn't lying. What do you mean, primal instinct? Who cares about primal instinct? Your instinct should not go out of the ways where your arm came out last time. Why did my voice go like that? She twirls around with another curtsy, jewelry twinkling playfully in the sunlight. Her doe eyes soften with a smile. My issue is that there's no art of her. And why is there no art of her? I don't trust this? As I said, it's your choice. Thank you for coming this far. I hope we meet again, Hinox. I blink and she's gone. Confusion grips me as I look around, searching for any trace of her. But I'm completely alone, with only the vast nothingness of the waste for company. Did I just imagine everything? No, that whole encounter was real. Again, that primal instinct insists on it, just like it insists on Iris's honesty. The sea springs straight ahead. If I manage to cure Iris, I need to see what it can do for me. Venture forth. Nerves and determination roiling together in my chest. My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. For what seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward, one step then another, until a realization hits me. I never told Iris my name. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me, a building nestled into a tall cliffside. It appears so starkly out of place that it might as well be a hallucination, dripping with extravagance and adorned in honeyed mahogany. It's an ornate jewel of architecture. Dark silhouettes skirt it on both sides. Trees, I think, which I'm close enough to realize that what I mistook for branches were spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless, several of them watching me in the distance like statues. Flashes of last night chase me, the gush of blood and screams of death, the smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. Exploding into a messy sprint, I push my legs as fast as they'll take me towards the decorated building. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through towering double doors. Hello? My lungs burned from exertion. I gasped for breath, desperate to be safe. When I orient myself with my surroundings. Oh, it's a temple. It's more hellscape than sanctuary. What are you talking about? Blood flows all around me, overwhelming my vision with a lurid, unholy red. My hands leap to my mouth, but the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead, a smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spiced. I swallow thickly, convincing myself it's not as gruesome as it appears. That this has to be the sea spring, the place that grants miracles. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seating pillows scatter the floor. A rusty kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerily empty it is. I don't think we need to talk. I approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. I reach for... We'll figure out what we're reaching for next time on Game Grumps. I was just watching their videos. I used to watch them a lot as a child, and I started watching them recently while I was feeling depressed and sick. Because I like to, you know, I imagine many people like to go back to like comfort shows and things you used to watch as a child. When you're feeling sad, when you're feeling out of it, etc. And it's been fun. I am exhausted though, so I do need to cut this a little bit short. So, I will see you all tomorrow, I think. I've got a couple appointments, and I'm going on this boat tour thing with my grandparents. So I might do it early, but I will do a stream tomorrow. You bet your ass that much. See y'all next time. Bye.